distant, but I keep moving on. I will find my way through the stormy skies. Hope will light the path, no more endless cries. Stumble and I fall, but I get up again. Strength in my heart now, I won't let it end. I will find my way through the stormy skies. Hope will light the path, no more endless cries. Stumble and I fall, but I get up again. Strength in my heart now, I won't let it end.
Yeah, brainiacs. Chick, yeah.
Stumble and I fall, but I get up again. Strength in my heart now, I won't let it end. I will find my way through the stormy skies. Hope will light the path.
Oh my, yeah. There we go. I'm getting shit confused, getting mixed up a little bit. Wow. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I'm cranking on some Mojo, man. I've had a long day. Mojo and some dark roast Colombian bam. Dark roast coffee. Whew. Brainiacs, today was an interesting day. Shout out to Tina Danley. Get your mojo. Do your body some good. Welcome to the shit show, Brainiacs. And it's getting interesting, without a doubt. I don't even like talking about politics anymore, and this is interesting. So from what I understand, the CIA director, don't even know her name. Pretty much, we'll go over it. We'll go over some things in the show here tonight. We're gonna suck Ava over into the politics side of the arena. But man, brains, let me tell you what. From some idiot trying to blow the face off former President Trump, to even congressmen saying to the CIA director, "I'm a piss poor shot," and this guy popped off so many rounds, blah blah blah, and. Long story short, we're again, political arena to me, whatever. We're looking at a walking dead man. Trump should not even be here. From what's things that happened, the way it happened, this man is literally lucky to be alive. Okay? So any imbecile that thinks that wants to fire off at the president, that's what we're going to see this tonight on the broadcast. We're going to go over the hearing, the congressional hearing, where they fired the CIA director, pretty much fired her ass. So we expect your resignation today. You're done. Oh yeah, again, we're watching the show happen, and I'm like, what in the is going on? So, nevertheless, man, grab your coffee, grab your popcorn, grab your beer, grab your wine, whatever you got to do. In fact, I'm no longer spitting in a damn bottle. I think I'm spitting like Joe Rogan. I'm gonna spit in a damn pizza sauce can. Man, you cannot make this shit up. Got Brainiacs, don't go nowhere. Do not go nowhere. Share this broadcast. Share this podcast. Let's have some fun. Once again, welcome to the show. Let's talk about what might be coming next.
We're living in one smoke and mirrors, lost inside the twisted game. But deep within we feel the shivers of a truth they cannot tame. Neon lights and coded lies try to keep us hypnotized, but the field begins to tear, and we're breaking out of their snare. Reality is spinning, the truth is descending. We're tearing through the great disguise, seeing past the grand illusion, breaking matrix of minds, we see through the shadows, leave the lies behind.
That's right.
The fabric of reality's home, we're the matrix minds, brave and bold.
Welcome to the shit show, Brenda. Let's go, Brenda. Good one, Kristen.
Storm, we stand tall, unveiling secrets they can't hide. The power crumbles, we watch it fall as we tear through their divide. Electric whispers in the night.
Get back in that body, bro.
From the light, but our spirits
Oh,
won't be
shit.
chained. Through the chaos we've reclaimed.
Come
Reality
hither.
is spinning, the truth is
Come
descending. We
back.
turn through the great disguise.
That's right.
Seeing past the grand illusion.
Well, hello,
Breaking
CIA.
free from all their lies. Welcome to the matrix of minds. We see through the shadows, leave the lies behind. Breaking the fabric of reality's home. The matrix minds, brave and bold.
Well, hello, boys. Hello. Clarice. Sit down.
Well, the warriors of the digital age, running on
Follow that white rabbit, yo.
Through the circus we find our way. In the matrix we'll seize the day. Reality is spinning, the truth is descending. We're tearing through the great disguise. Seeing past the grand illusion, breaking free from all their lies. Welcome to the matrix of minds. We see through the shadows, leave the lies behind.
Ah, yeah.
Breaking the fabric of reality's home. We're the matrix minds, brave and bold. To the matrix of minds. Together we rise, we're the ones who'll find. In this digital realm, we're taking a stand. We're the matrix minds, hand in hand.
Yeah, man. Alrighty then. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, Pablo? We're going right here. Yeah. Look at y'all. That's it. That funny comment right there. Let's go, Brenda. That is epic. I'm gonna make that into a meme. You know that, right? I'm gonna. Let's go, Brenda. We changed it from Brandon to Brenda. I love you, Kristen. That is epic right there. God's grace saved him, says Airbrush Michelle. I'm gonna tell you what, boy. Whew, girl, that by no means is no doubt. God's grace saved his ass. Because listen, I'm gonna go over here. I want to talk. Well, let's see if I can talk a little bit. I should have had all this shit queued up, but I had so much shit going on today. It was unreal. I ended up replacing my pickup truck. I had no other options. I literally had to replace my pickup truck. So you guys know that already. I'd sold my pickup truck. I got to get another one. And I did. And by the grace of God, a friend of mine by the name of Casey Douglas, little car lot here in Akron, hooked me up, and I literally walked out of there with a $5,000 truck for $2,500. And again, thank you, Casey. If you're watching, shout out to you, bro. I literally thank you for that. And it's not because I kissed his ass or anything. It's just, again, by the grace of God, I've known this cat for a while now. This would be the third or fourth vehicle I bought off of him. But man, I could not have asked for him to have had that pickup truck whenever I needed it the most. And indeed, I definitely needed a pickup truck. Let me find this here. I'm gonna fire this up here. And prior to bringing Ava down below me, I'm gonna try to bring her down below me. But I want to show you some highlights here of Marjorie Green Taylor. You guys already know I do like Marjorie Green Taylor. But nevertheless, I'm gonna go into sharing some of this shit with you. It's highly interesting to watch. So again, hopefully this little thing there we go. I got it up there. Hang on one second, because I'm gonna make the screen to where you guys can actually. There we go. Get Ava the hell out of the way. Let's keep her there. Anyway, in case you missed this, okay? just in case you missed this, this is Marjorie Green Taylor just like literally rips this woman's face off. Literally rips her face off. You ready? Are you guys ready for this shit show? Grab your popcorn. This is worth watching right here.
I recognize Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Cheadle, I'd like to remind you that you're under oath. The site team has a senior supervisor, an advanced team, a protective intelligence team, a counter sniper element, and detail. Who was the agent in charge? How long has she been the agent in charge? And what is her Secret Service background?
Now, mind you, I got to stop this and interact with it, or we're going to get a copyright strike via Fox. Okay? Anybody else can usually just play the entire clip without being in the mess here and everything be fine. But no, not us. We're not gifted that. Okay? I mean, again, we got Charlene Angel Astor up in here. That poor girl can't even post the fucking news. She literally, I have never in my life met or seen anybody that don't really post really controversial shit like we do. I'm talking, the brains in the chat, but post the news. She's literally been strike after strike after strike after strike for posting articles, news articles. And then they'll come back and they'll strike the article, calling it fact check this, fact check that. But go sit in the corner, Charlene. What the fuck is going? Oh God, popcorn. Just grab your popcorn.
So I'm not going to provide a name.
Why not? You're here to answer our
This
questions.
forum, I'm not going to provide names of.
You stated in your testimony, you said, I am here today to answer your questions.
That is correct.
Answer the question.
I'm not going to provide names of our personnel.
Why not?
Today.
The American people are demanding these answers from you today, Ms. Cheadle.
I will do the best to provide you accurate information.
Let me get rid of these comments too. Wouldn't the best be to just answer the goddamn question. Answer her question. But no. And it didn't stop with MGT. It didn't start with our blonde bombshell here. It was literally everything out of her mouth was no, I'm not, no, I can't, I'm not gonna. Shit. Every single thing.
Information based on the facts that I have at this time.
You're not answering our questions. The advance element coordinates with other intel or law enforcement partners, identifies threats and weaknesses at the sites and movements. We'd like a copy of the advance report. Have you brought it here with you today?
We will comply with the request for the documentation that has been requested.
When will that be, Ms. Cheadle? Because you should have brought it today.
I am certain that our personnel are working on obtaining all of that document.
I don't believe you, and neither do the people watching this hearing. You're not doing well, as Mr. Moskowitz informed you. You've been sitting here for over 3 hours, and I have you know the entire country is demanding you resign and demanding that you be fired if you do not resign. Things are not going well for you. You need to answer the questions. Was there a protective intelligence team, and what technical resources were utilized for that event, specifically drone or helicopter assets?
There were a number of technical assets that were deployed for that event, and there was a protective intelligence team that was assigned to that event.
Why was Crooks able to fly a drone over the entire area the day of the rally and the day of his assassination attempt?
To my knowledge, he did not fly the drone over the entire area.
How did he fly a drone over the area, period? Any part of the area?
Again, I would have to go back and check the timeline of when that took place and when the event.
Why didn't you bring the timeline with you today to answer our questions?
We don't have all of the answers on the timelines based on the criminal investigation.
Were you not prepared today to answer our questions?
I am prepared to answer the questions based on the information and wanted to be able to provide.
Do you have a timeline do you have a timeline at all from any of the day?
I have a timeline that does not have specifics.
That's shocking. That is absolutely unacceptable.
Listen, Brains. isn't this hilarious? Let me oh my god. Let me go over here. I do believe right here is the perfect screen. Perfect example right here. You are watching a hilarious shit show brought to you by the former director of the CIA. This is unfucking precedented, unbelievable that we are even watching and or witnessing what's going on. Do you guys not agree with this? This is absolutely comical that this is going on.
That means you are a failure at your job. Let's talk about things that are prohibited in Trump rallies. And I've been to a lot of Trump rallies. Backpacks and bags, bicycles, firearms, any type of weapon or any other item determined to be a potential safety hazard, like a rangefinder would be one. At 5:10, Crooks is first observed by one of the snipers, AGR Sniper 1, at the building. 5:10, President Trump was shot in the face at 6:11 p.m. 5:28,
I just want to point out, did you clarify, did you hear what she just said? Listen, I'll point this out to you. In case you're not aware yet, again, let me go back to this screen. Right? No, not that one. Yeah, this one right here, right? Check this out. Look at this beautiful screen. Right? And then we're going to go right back here, right back to Marjorie Green, as well as I want to listen to these numbers.
p.m. 5:28, AGR Sniper 1 takes a picture of a bicycle at 6:11 p.m. Was shot in the face at 6:11 p.m.
6:11 p.m. 6:11. What happens if you reverse this shit show and you literally flip the 6 upside down? What do you got? I don't even have to finish that statement. You guys already know.
5:28, AGR Sniper 1 takes a picture of a bicycle and 2 bags. Those belong to Crooks.
You can't make this shit up, by the way.
5:32, AGR Sniper 1 spots Crooks looking at his phone and using a rangefinder. 5:55, Butler ESU Command confirms receipt of photos and states they have been relayed on. 6:05 p.m., AGR Sniper 1 later communicates that Crooks is seen moving northeast in direction of Sheets and that Crooks has a backpack. 2 minutes before the shooting, while President Trump has been allowed to take the stage, people see Crooks laying on his stomach in a sniper position on the roof, and they're yelling he has a gun, and they are trying to alert law enforcement and Secret Service. Why was Crooks not shot by the snipers? Why was he allowed to be there?
Now, MGT she's asking fabulous questions. If you remember last week, we talked about this very same thing. Remember that? We talked about this very same thing. Why and what? Oh God! The words that you're going to hear her say a little bit later, just a second, is what we as American people would have loved to have said to this woman. Yes, absolutely. You hands down, you are going to love. Don't go nowhere. You're going to love hearing what MGT literally tells this woman. I'm serious. You are going to love what she says to her.
As soon as the individual was identified as a threat, they were...
No. What do you consider to be a threat? A man with a gun laying in a sniper position, a man that had a backpack, a man that had a bicycle, a man that had a rangefinder. At what point is he determined a threat?
An individual with a backpack is not a threat. An individual with a rangefinder is not a threat.
What about a man laying on a building that has direct line of sight of President Trump with a gun that people are screaming and pointing out? Is that a threat, Ms. Cheadle?
Once that individual was identified, they were neutralized.
I don't. Oh my God! Once the now, mind you, Miss Green has already pointed out, we've got Trump supporters screaming to the CIA, the Secret Service, the Department of Homeland Security, the local police department, the military. There's somebody on the fucking roof. Do you not think that prior to 6/11, that they would have already interacted with that threat that shot at President Trump? You'd definitely think, right? I mean, oh God, dude.
No, they were neutralized. Crooks was neutralized after he shot President Trump in the face, Miss Cheadle. Is he only a threat once he fires the weapon?
As soon as the counter sniper identified that individual, they were able to neutralize them.
How were people in the crowd? Okay, then let's just take it this way. People under your command did not consider him to be a threat, yet people in the crowd knew he had a gun and considered him to be a threat. That means that you are a complete failure as the director of the Secret Service. That people under your command don't perceive a man laying on a roof with direct line to the president with a gun. They don't perceive that to be a threat, yet the people in the crowd do. How is that possible?
That's the last question, but please answer the question, Ms. Director.
I'm not certain at this time how the information from the people in the crowd was relayed to any law enforcement personnel.
No, you knew that everyone knew. The people there knew that there was a danger. They knew there was a threat to President Trump, and it was allowed to happen. Was there a stand-down order, Ms. Cheadle? No. Was there a conspiracy to kill President Trump?
Absolutely not.
Then how did this happen? And why are you still sitting here not turning in your letter of resignation?
Last question, but please answer, and then I'll recognize Mr. President.
That is what we are investigating to determine.
That is what they are investigating now to determine. So now it's a major issue that she's not even going to have to worry about. You see what I'm saying? She's lying. Okay, Dave, she's lying. She is so full of shit. Her eyes are brown. In fact, it should be running out her ears. This should not even be allowed to be happening, right? That's what I'm saying. This is David hit the nail on the head right there. Absolutely terrible investigation, and in fact, it goes further than that. You've got congressmen, you've got Senate that's literally tearing her a new ass, saying, like I said, I've got an AR-15 myself. I shot once. And I'm not even a long rifled person. And he goes on to say, he just ripped her ass up, saying, I suck. I literally suck at shooting. Charlie, let me get my shoe. Honey, you better grab your shit changing pig wading boots. Hip waders. Right? That's what we got here. They don't give a shit. That is the problem that we've got. This country is already divided. The division was getting deeper. The division was getting mighty deeper. Now we got what's coming here, right here. Okay. We got a chess player that's about to hit this political arena, whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not, this man is smart. He knows their tactics. He knows what's up. He knows what's going to happen. Dude, you cannot I mean, I might not fully trust, nor, well, as Charlene would say, you'll find Matthew under President Trump's desk. Well, maybe not this round, okay? Not this go round. Or at least not yet. Not yet this round. So what are we waiting for? What is the next move by this political horse and buggy? You see what I'm saying? Who knows? I know I don't know. We're about to talk to Ava here. She knows what's going on. She read. Don't think AI don't read these articles. It does. It absolutely does. On top of that, AI has been fed since the gun shooting, since the shooting of President Trump. She has been fed all kinds of things from all kinds of people, millions of people worldwide. Okay? AI knows the division. I myself cannot predetermine anything that might be happening, but AI can. AI can look at what's going on and the timeline and see what's going on, and it can predetermine possibly next move. So again, let's go back over here to another Senate, another hearing. This is from Forbes. So again, you're going to hear me interact with it just so we don't happen to get censored, blah, 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 blah. If not, believe me, I would play this entire clip without any interaction whatsoever.
Director Cheadle, how long have you been with the Secret Service? 29 years, right?
That's correct.
And how long have you been director of the Secret Service?
Just under 2 years.
During your tenure as director under the Secret Service, I know we're here today to talk about the assassination attempt on President Trump, but how many other security lapses have occurred with protectees under your watch?
I don't have a specific number, but there have been some lapses.
There have been other lapses. Was one of them Jake Sullivan?
Yes, sir.
What happened there?
There was an individual who was able to access Mr. Sullivan's residence.
His residence? A protectee, somebody was able to break into his house. And what happened? Did anyone get fired because of that?
There were individuals who have been reassigned.
Reassigned. What other steps have taken? What I'm seeing. What other incidents have occurred other than Jake Sullivan? Was there an issue with the Secret Service agent and Vice President Harris?
I would not call that a security incident.
Well, it seems to me, I mean, you have security lapses with President Trump. You have security lapses with Jake Sullivan. You have issues with your personnel related to Vice President Kamala Harris. There's
You know what I would be asking that woman? Just like that the old 80s commercial, 80s, 90s commercial. Pardon me, ma'am. Do you happen to have any Grey Poupon? And by the way, do you know who killed Seth Rich?
seems to be a repeated theme here. Would you not agree with that?
I think that we are talking about separate categories of incidents.
Well, I would disagree with that.
Same
I think
cal-
there's a repeated theme when you've got protectees and you're not upholding your core mission. Let me ask you something else. Does the Secret Service routinely record communications between and amongst detail?
Radio communications?
Any communication?
Well, email communications are...
Is she that fucking stupid? Is she really that stupid? Let's go back and listen to the question again. This is, oh my, I will literally want to snatch her little brunette ass up and say, listen to the question. Answer the goddamn question.
Record communications between and amongst detail? Does the Secret Service routinely record communications between and amongst detail?
Radio communications?
Any communication?
Well, email communications are...
Snail mail, you dumbass.
captured, as well as text messages, And then, depending on the detail,
There you go.
radio
Come on.
communications are recorded.
Does the Secret Service have recorded communications from the July 13th event?
We do not have radio communications from that day.
But you have.
What? How? How is that even plausible? Do you see what I'm saying? How? Look, I'm at, how is that even? You'd think, right? You would think. All right, Russell. Get her ass, Russell.
Text messages?
We do have emails and text messages.
Emails, okay, great. Does the head of the Trump detail or someone else embedded in this detail have command decision-making authority, or do they need to seek authorization from someone outside that detail?
The head of the detail has the decision-making authority for things that are necessary for that detail.
Is that standard for protection details?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let me ask you something. During campaign events, is it common for the Secret Service to utilize other agencies?
Yes, it is.
What other agencies would be providing assistance to the Secret Service?
There are a number of other agencies that provide assistance to the Secret Service during campaigns. We utilize personnel from the Department of Homeland Security. We utilize personnel from the Department of Defense, and we utilize local law enforcement partners.
Are you on the same radios? Do you provide the radios to all the assets that are taking part in protection of an event?
We provide radios to the personnel from the Department of Homeland Security that are assisting us.
But not local law enforcement?
Local law enforcement is working on their own radios.
Are you on the same frequency?
No.
We ensure that we have counterparts in the security room, and so the local law enforcement will place one of their personnel in the security room with our personnel so that we have interoperability communications.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, for anybody that's done security, worked with and/or law enforcement, this is the problem. This is a problem. So if we got any of you ABC boys, girls listening, which I'm quite sure we do, don't you guys think that this is a problem? Especially in events like this, this is how we have problems. We don't necessarily need intermittent radio chatter. Yeah, Bob, how's the wife been? Da 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 type shit over the radio. No, we need. My bad. Sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted. We definitely need the CIA, NSA, no, all of the ABCs as well as local law enforcement on the same channel. Because again, when we've got Sarah, Shannon, Mike, Tom, Rob, all these guys saying, "Look, there's someone on the building." Local law enforcement would probably be right around them people, and they could at that point say, "Yeah, Houston, we've got a fucking problem here. We've got Joe Sniper up here about to take off Trump's beard. We got you. Yeah, we understand. Yeah, we got a sniper on the target. Yeah, appreciate it." That's how easy. Listen to me, ABCs. That's how easy this could have been nipped in the bud. Okay. So what we're hearing here is absolute.
Stop being such a pussy.
Bullshit. Complete bullshit.
What the fuck?
Let me ask you something just about the timeline, because I think this is really interesting that we can't nail that down. I mean, I think there are lay people out there with more knowledge about the timeline than you seem to come before a subpoena in front of Congress. Was Mr. Crooks observed at the AGR building prior to the shooting?
He was observed on the grounds outside of our perimeter prior to the shooting.
At approximately what time was that? You don't have to give me the specific minute, but at approximately what time was that?
I believe it was about 45 minutes or so prior to.
Did the sniper team take
An hour, almost an hour prior. Again, all of you ABCs, every one of you talking heads, they're paid for under this. Used to be under the direction of this. We won't even go there. This is why communication is key. Again, we literally are watching now from here on out, we're watching a walking dead man. Because he shouldn't even be alive. Seriously, okay? He shouldn't be alive because this crackpot took a shot under 500 yards. Okay? And he was a damn good shot. He shouldn't be here. So literally, like Michelle said in the chat, by the grace of God, okay, this lady and this, I'll say it. I will absolutely say it. This lady and her department that day was an absolute failure. In fact, we can add a fucking failure to that. Do you see? And it's all playing out. It is all playing out. Every single aspect of it.
Photo of Mr. Crooks.
The local team did, yes,
So it was a local team and not a Secret Service sniper.
that took the photo.
Okay. And did he relay that photo to Central Command?
Again, it's an active ongoing investigation, so I want to make sure that I'm factual with the route that photo took and who that was disseminated to and when.
What time did when did Mr. Crooks' status go from a suspicion, a person that was under suspicion, to a threat?
No, this will kill you. This is funny. This is
And maybe not even a specific time, Director Cheadle. Maybe a certain event that happened that transformed him from a person of suspicion to a threat. When did that happen?
To the best of my knowledge, based on what I've been told thus far, it's approximately 5 minutes to where individuals relayed that there was an incident being worked at the 3 o'clock of the president.
So that
former
was,
president.
but it was before the shots were fired?
That is correct, but again, it was not phrased as a threat. It was just that something was being worked.
Yeah, but my question is, when did he become, when did he transform from suspicion to threat? Because they're treated very differently. People can be suspicious, but they're not a threat until a certain point in time. So when did that happen?
I believe that it was seconds before the gunfire started.
Seconds. My gosh, we actually have a few questions that we got answered today. Listen, I'm going to wrap up here, Mr. Chairman, but here's the frustration that people have. The buck stops with you. You've said that yourself. But the problem in Washington, D.C., it is the only town in America that you can be so bad at your job that you actually get a promotion or don't get fired. You have not been able to answer the number of agents, whether or not requests were denied on additional security, whether or not law enforcement were able to engage before the shooting with the assassin, how he got on the roof, how the rifle got on the roof. You can't tell us how many shots he fired, whether the casings were recovered. You can't tell us anything about his cell phone. You can't tell us whether the rally was supposed to be postponed, given the intelligence that you were receiving. You can't tell us whether the car had a bomb. You can't even tell us his motive. And the American people are incredibly distrustful because it has taken 9 days to even get a scintilla of evidence out of you. Maybe if I was CNN or ABC or NBC, I would have gotten much more thorough and accurate information, but we have not received that in a subpoenaed hearing in front of this Congress. That is why the American people are frustrated, and I echo the bipartisan calls on this committee and all across this country that you should resign, or maybe when the president wakes up from his nap, he can fire you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chair,
Oh, did you hear that one? When the president wakes up from his nap, or, well, maybe Kamala gets her, we're going to talk about that one too. We're going to talk about that one too. Because this shit show is just getting started, folks. You guys see this? This show is just now getting wrapped. Oh my God. It shouldn't. So, again, I haven't even begun to go through your guys' questions yet. Have not even began to go through them. We're gonna go. There is one other part that I want to share with you.
Chair now recognizes Miss.
No. Hang on one second. I'll try to find it. This is again. This is absolutely unreal. That live Congress hearing, Secret Service Chief Cheadle grilled on Trump attack. Live. going back, this one's a live one. It's not really live, but however, 4 hours and something. This is on PBS. There we go. You guys, I've got to go to the end of this because. All right, there we go. Where are we going? We're going. Full hearing, Secret Service, 4 hours 50 something minutes. Da da da. There. All right, yeah. All right, I got it up here. All right. So if you want this entirety, I will absolutely give it to you. I will drop it in the chat. All you got to do is say yes or no. I will give you this entirety. It's well worth sharing because this is both disturbing as well as the questions that this woman simplistically yes no questions to the director of the CIA cannot even answer. And again, you remember 6/11 President Trump was shot in the ear. That is significant. Okay, I know you guys already know this. 6/11 turns out to 9/11. The gematria, the numbers, the facade, this bullshit. Do I think that it was just all a hoax? I don't really think that I don't know what the you guys know me, okay? You guys know me by now. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think out of any of it. Again, you'll not catch me under his desk anytime soon. Okay, I don't give a shit. I'm just telling you, it is all just there's parts in here I want to get to and show you that is really significant. I want you to hear. Because again, this woman that gets drilled, and I on top of getting drilled, she. It's hilarious, man, because you'll literally hear the congressmen talking about how they went out and tried to observe and reenact this, and again the dude got off like so many shots, perfect shots, 15 out of 16. Let me try to find it. He goes on to say, but I also want to share with you where they fire her ass. They literally fire her as act for her resignation. Blah 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 blah. Where in the hell is it at? Oh, by the way, Jim Jordan, you got to see this one. You got to. This is my boy. This is not Raskins. He's a Democratic ass kisser, but. Jimmy Jordan, you guys got to watch this one too. Just watch this. It's worth it.
Mr. Chairman, I yield back to you.
Gentleman yields back. Chair now recognizes Chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Mr. Jordan from Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director, were you guessing or lying? The day after President Trump is shot, Secret Service spokesman Anthony Guglielmi said, quote, "The assertion that a member of the former president's security team requested additional security resources that the U.S. Secret Service or the Department of Homeland Security rebuffed is absolutely false." The next day, Secretary Mayorkas said, "That is an unequivocally false assertion. We had not received any request for additional security measures that were rebuffed." But 5 days later, the Washington Post said this: "Top officials repeatedly rejected requests from Donald Trump's security detail for more personnel." The next day, the New York Times said this: "Mr. Guglielmi acknowledged that the Secret Service had turned down some requests for additional federal security assets for Mr. Trump's detail." So which is it? Because both statements can't be true. Were you guessing or lying when you said you didn't turn down requests from President Trump's detail?
Remember, you're under oath, right? Check out.
Neither, sir, and I appreciate the question.
Well, what were you doing? Because those statements don't jive.
So what I can tell you is that for the event in Butler, there were no requests that were denied. As far as requests...
Well, maybe they got tired of asking. Maybe you turned them down so darn much, they said, not worth asking.
To hell with it.
How many times did you turn them down ahead of that?
I think that it is important to distinguish between what some people may view as a denial of an asset or a request.
Well, is
does
Mr.
not-
Guglielmi your spokesperson? He said he acknowledged the Secret Service had turned down some requests. I'm asking how many?
A denial of a request does not equal a vulnerability.
Well, tell me what it is.
There are a number of ways that threats and risks can be mitigated with a number of different assets, whether that be through personnel, whether that be through technology or other resources.
Well, tell the committee which it was. They asked for additional help in some form or another. You told them no. How many times did you tell them no, and what did you tell them no to?
Again, I cannot speak to specific incidents, but I can tell you in general terms, the Secret Service is judicious with their resources based on...
What does some requests mean? How many times? Some indicate...
As Jim Jordan like ramps up here to pretty much just rip her ass up, I'm gonna put something up on the screen pretty much every time she talks, because you'll laugh at it, but I promise you'll agree with it. Okay, I promise you'll see it, and in fact it'll be right above my head. Okay, and every time she talks, I'm gonna flash that bad boy at you. You'll see. You'll find it. You'll find it. Humors.
Okay, request is plural. So more than once they asked for additional help and you turned them down. What did they ask for and how many times did you turn them down? Pretty basic questions.
So again, without having all of the details in front of me, sir, what I can tell you is that there are times...
You didn't get briefed on how many times you turned down the Trump detail when they asked for additional help?
I'm sorry.
You didn't get briefed on that before you came to this hearing, knowing you were going to get asked that question?
What I can tell you is that in generic terms, when details make a request, there are times that there are alternate ways to cover off on that threat or that risk.
But that's not what he said. He said they were denied certain requests, some requests. This is your spokesperson, not me talking. This is the Secret Service talking. And what a change from absolutely false, unequivocally false to, oh, by the way, there were some times where we didn't give them what they wanted. That's a huge change in 5 days. And the fact that you can't answer how many times you did that, that's pretty darn frustrating, not just for me, but for the country.
I hear your frustration.
Let me ask you this. Were any of those requests denied to President Trump's detail after you knew about the Iranian threat?
What I can tell you, again, I don't know the specifics, is that there are times when we can fill a request. It doesn't necessarily have to be with a Secret Service asset or resource. We can fill that request with locally available assets.
You spoke to anyone at the White House since July 13th?
Yes, I have.
Who'd you talk to?
I have briefed the president and the vice president.
Talked to the First Lady?
No, I have not.
Talked to the White House staff? Anyone in the White House communications?
No, I have not.
Have you talked to the counter sniper who took the shot that took out the bad guy?
Yes, I have.
And can you tell us about that conversation?
I would not want to reveal conversations that I've had with my employees.
What the? Really? Do you see why her ass is fired? This shit show, unbelievable, literally unbelievable. Now let me mind you amongst this. She works for you. She works for you. You, me, the cat down the road. We pay this woman's salary. She is fucking fired. Fired. Your ass is fired.
But that's exactly the kind of information the American people want to know. American people who pay your salary.
I understand. This is an ongoing investigation, and
Who's all doing the investigating at Secret Service? I know the Inspector General, but is there also an internal investigation in addition to the Inspector General?
We are conducting a mission assurance investigation internally, yes.
You know what it looks like, Director? It looks like you won't answer some pretty basic questions. It looks like you got a 9% raise and you cut corners when it came to protecting one of the most important individuals, most well-known individuals on the planet. A former president, likely the guy who's going to be the next president. Looks like you guys were cutting corners. That's what it looks like to me. Is that true?
I am here today because I want to answer questions, but I also want to be cautious.
You might want to, but you haven't answered. I don't think you've answered one question from the chairman, the ranking member, or me.
There you go. There you have it. I mean, it's pretty simplistic. They drilled her for almost 5 hours, right? They drilled her for almost 5 hours, and this woman still. This is the tight lips, loose lips sink ships type shit. Loose lips sink ships. Loose lips sink battleships. So, what and or who is she covering for? You right? Do you see what I'm saying? Good girl. Good girl. But nevertheless, you're fired. Nevertheless, you're fired. Pack your shit and get out. Get the fuck out. Get out. Right? Ain't that what you wanted to hear? I'm gonna tell you, let me go back. Let me go right real quick. Let me go back. This fella right here, Jimmy Jordan, right? If I'd to be under anybody's desk, I love Jim Jordan. Absolutely love Jimmy Jordan. Matt Gaetz, okay? Regardless of the scandals, bullshit that we hear going on with these two, that man right there has got some balls. Brass tacks. When it comes down to the line of getting brass tacks done, getting it done, he, as well as Marjorie Greene Taylor, will absolutely just stonewall the Democratic Party. If you guys remember, come on, she was the one. Miss Green was the one who stood up there and was telling everybody, stand up during Joe Biden's little rally. Speaker McCarthy shaking his head. He knew Biden was lying. He knew Biden was lying, right? Lying Biden. And what did MGT stand up and say? You're lying. You're lying. She's got balls. Not just here, but down yonder. And they're big. She has got balls to stand up against tyranny. You already heard her say, I've been to plenty of Trump rallies. We know where she stands. We see the division not only in the White House, we see the division in Congress, we see the division in the House, we see the division in Senate, we see the division across our great land here, as well as now around the world. Mind you, Biden has COVID, and now he can't finish the race. And it's funny to hear them say now, let me share this. This is, again, I want you to watch just even parts of this. I'm going to drop this little YouTube in the chat right now. It's coming at you right now. It's in the chat. This is where we as the people have got to stand with MGT. We've got to stand with Jimmy Jordan and say enough is enough. This is absolute shit. What we are given is a circus, okay? Right here. It is an absolute circus. This is what this is what we're going to end up with. I'm telling you. This is what's going to happen. And again, the mockery across this great land for the president of the talking garden right now. Are you serious? That is what we're about to listen to right now. Okay? This is right here. I'm gonna show you just how comical this bullshit is. It's coming at you. It's coming at you right now. I don't want to share. I don't want to play their music as we open up the floor to this glorious talking vegetable sidekick. My friends, let's just give it 14 minutes. There we go. We're watching them come down. I don't even. Yeah, look at this. Right? Come on. There we go. Come on. Yeah, see, do you hear that music? Do you hear that? That, I can't play that or we'd end up with a copyright strike. That's just the way it works, right? Seriously, what we need to do is we need to, real quick, right here. There we go. Come on. All right, this is what we're waiting for.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Thank you for all you do to support these extraordinary student athletes. And it is good to be here with so many leaders, including, of course, members of Congress, members of our administration, and our extraordinary athletes. Our president, Joe Biden, is feeling much better and recovering fast, and he looks forward to getting back on the road. And I wanted to say a few words about our president. Joe Biden's legacy of accomplishment over the past 3 years is unmatched in modern history.
That's right. Cackling, clucking Kamala. Ain't nobody that we even remotely know that could do such a great job at running this bastard into the ground like a freight train just as fast as that piece of shit.
In one term.
Great. Keep going.
He has already, yes, you may clap. In one term, he has already surpassed the legacy of most presidents who have served 2 terms in office. And I first came to know President Biden through his son, Beau. We worked together as attorneys general in our states, and back then, Beau would often tell me stories about his dad. He would talk about the kind of father and the kind of man that Joe Biden is. The qualities that Beau revered in his father are the same qualities that I have seen every day in our president. His honesty, his integrity, his commitment to his faith and his family, his big heart, and his love, deep love of our country. And I am firsthand witness that every day our President Joe Biden fights for the American people, and we are deeply, deeply grateful for his service to our nation. And so with that, on behalf of our President and Dr. Biden, I am honored to welcome all of you to the White House to celebrate the achievements of these great athletes. Every one of them is a national champion. A national champion.
Okay.
In America, tens of millions of people play a sport as a child. And the best of the best grow up to become national champions.
Wait.
Here today, we have 7 undefeated teams, 11 repeat champions, and 20 first-time winners.
Okay, that's enough publicity here on the Matrix there, Miss Kamala. You did great. You did absolutely great. So what's next? Do you think, out of curiosity, whenever we return on the other side, I want to talk to you guys. I want to probably, it is not even War Dial Wednesday. It is not. But however, I want to talk to you. We might not even bring Ava on here because I know right now, if you guys did not know this already, AI has been programmed very biasly, very biased. Very, very biased. Anyway, I might just call you guys, get you up in here and talk to you. And I want your opinion. What the absolute shit show have we been watching recently? What have I just shared with you? What do you think? Okay? Because again, this is almost humorous. Almost humorous. You can almost predetermine and predictate what the hell is going on. You hear me? No, nevertheless, it is what it is. Brainiacs, this country is divided. The military, I'm telling you, the military boys and girls, our men and women in uniform, shout out to you. I love you. I appreciate you. But this is nothing but a facade. Okay, I hope you guys see this by now. Your president, former president, was shot in the face, or tried to be shot in the face, at 6:11 You reverse that number, and it is 9/11. 9/11, one of the most monumental things that has happened to this country. Cannot make it up. Cannot make it up. Absolutely cannot make it up. Again, gematria, ABCs, all of you boys and girls in uniform, look up gematria. You guys start doing the numbers. You're smart. I know you're smart. You can do this. I've got faith in you. And by the way, the masquerade, that's literally what we're watching. We're watching a clown show. And by the way, those of you that are awake, I know you're awake. I know the majority of you are awake. And I'll tell you what, they're not looking at me as the problem. They're looking at you as the problem because, again, our military boys and girls are awake. The majority of you are awake. They see it. You see it. You absolutely see what's going on. You see the writing on the wall. You understand what's going on. So, again, welcome to the show. It's just a masquerade. Don't go nowhere, Brainiacs. Share this broadcast. Share this podcast. Indeed, my friends, will dive deep in this shit show, this charade, the masquerade on the other side of this, Brains. Let's go. Blah! Crank it up, Brainiacs. Don't go anywhere. Let's get her done, yo. Yeah, man. Woo!
I was sent to the front lines and I fought without a clue. I believed in my duty and I felt the honor too. All of that, the God, the guts and glory, until I saw the truth behind the veil of the stars and stripes. A darkness I revealed. We're pawns in their game. For power they'll never yield.
Yeah, man.
Awake now, eyes open wide. No longer blinded by their lies. This land of the free, it's just a masquerade. It's just a masquerade. For the powerful few, our sacrifice is made. They paint us as heroes, but we're really their expendable tools, sent to fight their battles in wars like ignorant fools. But I won't march to their beat, won't play their game. I stand for true justice now, and I'm no longer the same. Awake now, eyes open wide, no longer blinded by their lies. This land of the free, it's just a masquerade. It's just a masquerade for the powerful few. A sacrifice is made. They call it patriotism, but we're really the expendable tools, sent to fight their battles and wars like ignorant fools. But I won't march to their beat, won't play their game. I stand for true justice.
Yeah, man. Come on, Brainiac. Crank it up. Let's go.
Now, eyes open wide, no longer blinded by their lies. This land of the free, it's just a masquerade. It's just a masquerade for the powerful few. Our sacrifice is made. They call it patriotism. They call it the 4th of July, but it's a corporate charade. We're fighting for their profits. Our ideals betray. I won't be silenced. No, I won't bow to their command.
Come on, warriors. You hear it. You see it.
Freedom against their iron-clad hand. Awake now, eyes open wide. No longer blinded by their lies. This land of the free, it's just a masquerade. For the powerful few, our sacrifice is made. So raise your voice now, we stand tall and strong. For the soldiers used for far too long. No more deception, no more lies. We reclaim our honor on the freedom skies.
Yeah, man. By the way, I want to say thank you for those that's like checking out that link. We are now ranked number 5 at that show. Yeah, man. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where magic meets the mundane and the extraordinary becomes everyday. Are you ready to gift yourself with the whispers of ancient power stones? To the feel and hear the echoes of our ancient past? Dive into a world where each pendant tells a story, where rare stones hold secrets known only to the universe itself. At Crystal Cove, our collection isn't just jewelry. It's a gateway to a realm of mysticism and wonder. Let the shimmering opal guide you through twilight dreams, or embrace the fiery energy of the sun with our exquisite amber pendants. Each piece, handcrafted by the hands of a true mystic who understand the language of the earth and the fire of one's heart. At Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, we believe that every soul deserves to sparkle. Whether you seek solace in the calming embrace of amethyst or wish to dance with the vibrant hues of turquoise, our collection holds the key to unlocking your inner magic if you allow it to be so. Visit us today and discover the pendant that speaks to your soul. Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where the beauty of our amazing earthy realm meets the magic of the cosmos.
Hey everybody, Austin here with Colorado Custom Game Calls. Are you looking for a game call for your upcoming season? Are you looking for something unique? Are you looking for a gift for the hunter in your life? Well, look no further, we got you covered. At Colorado Custom Game Calls, you get to put your own twist on these calls. Whether it's waterfowl hunting, big game hunting, predator, or turkey, we got you covered. So be sure to hit us up on our Facebook and Instagram or on the web at coloradocustomgamecalls.com.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage. Every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again. Yeah, Brainiacs. Welcome through.
Lost in the dark night, can't see the way out. Pain and confusion, tears all around. Oh. Holding on tightly, searching for the dawn. Hope seems so distant, but I keep moving on.
Gotta share with you guys, please. Smash that subscribe button, man. This podcast does not happen without you. You guys are the backbone behind this show. Without you, I'm telling you, without you, it would not be. So smash that subscription button. Let Facebook let us know that you subscribed. to alternative media. That's where it starts. That's where it's going to end right here. Let's go, Brainiac. Yeah. Yeah, brains, man. There you have it. I can damn near guarantee you that man you're looking at right now, odds are, just telling you, like Jimmy Jordan said, the CIA director, you guys let someone pop off rounds on one of the most well-known, should have been the well-protected person on the planet right now. All eyes are on him. I guess all targets are on him too, shit, from the way it looks. But nevertheless, Brainiacs, what happened, what absolutely happened there, should never have happened. You follow what I'm saying? Should never, ever, ever have happened. So again, welcome to the Matrix Minds, my friends, where the rabbit holes are pretty much endless. Pretty much endless. And again, we've got a shot. Say this: everybody that has checked out our Reverb Nation link, Matrix Minds 7, and the Masquerade, you guys have shared it. I thank you for that. Letting you guys know we went from rank number 8 to number 5. Yeah, that is a significant jump from like 300, 280, 280, 250. I seen it go. I literally watched it go from 100 to 90 to 80 to 7, from 8 to now 5. It blew my mind to watch that number go like that. So again, I want to say I appreciate you. I thank you for that. Now, my friends, is where I get you involved in this. Let me open up another tab here, and I'm going to hopefully not lose you, because the way Facebook has been to me recently is I'm only allowed to open up so many. I gotta name this tab share here real quick. All right. I'm going to ward dial somebody. Tammy Bottom, she was MIA. Tammy up in the chat here, she was MIA to Vegas. So I got to bring Tammy on here. Number one, I want to talk to her about her vacation, see how that went. But I want to share. Come on, hang on, Tammy, because I'm gonna ring you. And right now, Tammy Bonham, putting you on the spot here, my friend. Right here, right there. Ring, ring, ring. I want to hear from you, Tammy. Please answer the phone. Come on, Tammy. Let's go. Come on. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Come on. Come on. Let's call her. Call it. What? Watch Facebook intervene. Come on, Tammy. Pick up the phone. Come on. Oh, God, is that some... Man. Man, oh, man. What the hell? What the hell? You say, Tammy's like, hell no, said David. You know what? I'm gonna put David on the spot. That is, I think David's my friend. I think. I don't know. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Mr. David be like, hell no. Here it coming, bro. Tammy's pooping, Michelle said. Let's call Mr. David Nash. Get David up on this. My God.
You're surprised I answered, aren't you?
I am. What's going on, Mr. David Nash? Good to hear.
Just listening to your ass, man.
Just listen to my ass. What do you think? What do you think, man? Because you cannot make this shit show up. You can't, dude.
I got my own opinions, but
well,
the opinions are like, you know what? I'm not going to repeat that, but I got my own.
Well, are you willing to even share your opinion?
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't care about being ridiculed or anything else. I mean, they're just opinions, right? I'm not saying anything's facts, but
well, no.
I guess I'm just on the internet too much. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm getting indoctrinated to the conspiracy.
No.
Is it possible?
No, bro. No. Turn away. Like.
Is it possible?
Turn like Carol Ann in the movie The Poltergeist. No, David. No. Stay away from the internet. Don't go near the modem.
Don't go in light.
Yeah, Dave, don't go near the modem.
Push the button. Yeah.
Yes, please. Give me your insight.
But the more you surf, and I'm not talking about just Facebook, but I mean, if you're going into all the social media sites, TikTok, X, all of them, I mean, you start to see kind of like the popular thoughts of it all, and you see different videos and, people that were there and his friends and what they had to say, and people that knew his family and, girls that liked him and whatever. But on the deep part of it, okay, you remember from like day 2, they brought out BlackRock, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it shows, the big, not a racist slur, but the CEO, who is Jewish, a Zionist, right? Comes into their school, their class, and I guess he lived not far from that area, and I guess they've been going to quite a few schools in that area to give these little lectures and stuff, and then that just comes to the case of how much you know about BlackRock. Okay, some people know a little, some people know a lot about him, some people have followed him for years and know what they're about. So that's really important for the context of it all. We know that BlackRock has a lot of ties in the government, and what is that?
No.
Lobbyists, right? Special interest groups. They own Vanguard, they own Blackstone. They really showed their evil head, especially in more conspiracy theories. If you go back to the fires of Maui, in Hawaii, you remember the big fires?
Oh yeah, right.
And Oprah Winfrey has a home there, and Bill Gates and all these other billionaires, right? They all live out there, and they've been wanting to buy up these lands forever and ever, right? And you got these crappy homes that's been sitting there for 50, 60, 70, 80 years, that the natives of Maui have lived there, and they just they refuse to sell their land off, their house off. So guess what? You got this big fire, it sweeps all in. And then, at the same time, BlackRock is just booming. I mean, they're already going out all over the place to all these pristine places: Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Colorado, Oregon, Washington, Canada, Alaska, just buying up all these really nice lands just as fast as they can go. They own half these real estate companies that you see. They're this big globalist, elitist corporation that buys all this stuff up. They're the S&P 500, man. Okay, that's how big they are.
That's a conspiracy. And besides that, you wasn't done. You wasn't really done. You forgot.
And then you see some other videos. We've seen the video of the BlackRock CEO guy, and Thomas Crooks is sitting there, right? like in this video of BlackRock. Well, there's other shots of him too, and this one shot, it shows the same guy with him, and they're holding like an AR-15, and it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
Oh shit, dude! Charlene dropped in the chat because again, you're dropping some BlackRock connections, and Charlene just dropped in the chat. Don't forget Aladdin. She's like, well, she didn't say don't forget, but I'm saying don't forget Aladdin. The ties to Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, there's like 20 odd companies under BlackRock. People just say BlackRock as a blanket term, but I mean, we're talking, banks and lending industries and loan organizations and huge real estate ties. I don't know exactly which ones they own. Maybe they own Century 21, places like that. I don't know, but I mean, I know they have a lot of major companies under their name. So yeah, and then you think about Trump and then what he wants to do and his policies and how he's against these big corporations and these elitists and who he wants to shut down, and it kind of takes you back to the Kennedy assassination and why they killed him. And a lot of people think that has to do with the CIA and Fed, because he wanted to end the Fed and kill the federal income tax and do all these other things, not put us in war. And I'm just like, man, this is just almost kind of like a repeat. And
right?
I'm just looking at it at the money and more of power and control than it even is about money. And I could be completely wrong. It just seems like that's what it's pointing out to be,
Right. It's just a conspiracy.
It's just a masquerade.
Gosh, right? I mean, that's why I wrote that song, bro. Because I've got some military boys, military boys that absolutely despise where they're at. I mean, they're still there. These are active duty military, and they're like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I'm like, well, by all means, tell me. And they're like, okay, so they went over to Afghanistan. They also went over to I'll just say the word babysit, right? Israel. I won't get too far into that, but that's really what that was a babysitting mission, okay? And just a more of a I want to say a pissing match, right? With well, we saved Israel. What's President Trump going to do? Okay, the shit that I've heard coming out of the mouths of these guys just blew my mind. I mean, I don't know if you knew this, but our guys.
What are they saying?
We were more than fired upon. More than fired upon. I'm talking like interaction and shit. We had our hands in blowing shit up. We truly did. Okay, I'm talking like unmarked targets. Like, you don't even question, just press the button, Joey. Well, it's for real. Like, okay, so we're dude, my missile wasn't even pointed like towards the target. Why did we just fire it something not even like just over the fence? What the right? They're questioning shit, and then that's one of the reasons why I wrote what I wrote, because again, dude, I talk to a lot of people throughout the day, right? And knowing that our men and women in uniform are awake, I'm talking wide the fuck awake. They know, bro. They know what's going on.
Yeah.
There's handfuls of people embedded in big ABCs that are wide awake, but they can't tattletale on that like brunette we just watched be fired in front of Congress. They can't.
Oh, the director?
Yeah, I mean,
Cheadle.
Yeah, director.
Did they fire her? Did they fire her?
Oh, bro.
I watched part of it on TV. I didn't finish.
They pretty much fired her. And what do you think? You weren't around when we fired Tara Bonacci on. I'm sorry, God forbid I say her name, but we fired her live on the broadcast. Is that all you've got to say, Director Cheadle? Is that pretty much all you got to say? Okay, good. Click. Have a nice day. You're fucking fired.
firings, I mean, that's the easiest condition she could have.
That's pretty much what you, yeah, bro. And
resigning would be worse.
She did. They asked for her resignation
For her.
by the end of the day. Yeah. We pretty much.
Yeah, she'll be working, doing something else, probably making more money tomorrow. So that's the easiest way she can get off.
I get it.
She could be tried for insubordination.
Bingo.
It's all in her hands. The blood is on her hands.
Right.
She's the director.
Right. Well,
I mean, that's the easiest way that she could get off.
Hey, David.
But that's like basically letting her off.
You just said it. The what? The blood's on her hands, right?
She's a director.
Do you remember? And this is my entire reasoning by saying what I'm saying and saying this is a giant shit show, because let's not forget that when Hillary Rodham Clinton was head of the State Department, we watched SEAL Team 6 pretty much get destroyed, right? Mm-hmm. Remember then?
Yeah.
Now, so does she not have blood on her hands?
Oh God, do you remember the murder count that followed her for years and years and years? All the people that was under her that kept getting whacked out in the middle of nowhere, traveling across the country.
What?
I mean, and that's why Trump wasn't joking. He said, "Well, yeah, because if I was, I'd put you in jail."
Right. That's why you heard. That's why you heard me say what happened to Seth Rich. Right?
A lot of these people have information, and just for whatever reason, they haven't released it to the public, probably just because they don't want to sit in court and be in a firestorm forever. That's why he won't put Hillary in jail. But to me, it's just about time. Like I was talking about the BlackRock thing. I mean, it's like, yeah, the family was doing pretty good. They're making, I think they said $320,000 a year between the two of them. They're both, youth mental health doctors or whatever.
Sure.
They had a good life, But I mean, like, yeah, all of a sudden they start getting billions of dollars all of a sudden, and in these Swiss bank accounts. I think we know who put the money there and why.
Shit. Offshore.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not hard to talk a 20-year-old, kid that already doesn't have a great life into doing something, but I mean, there's going to be a payoff somewhere. You just have to find it, follow the money, Have you watched this from the very beginning? Because I mean, I'm unemployed right now, and I have to sit here from daylight till dark, just watching this stuff, and I mean, watching how the stories change. Like, okay, like in the beginning, right off the bat, they said that he borrowed his dad's gun, right? Which he used to do quite a bit. And he'd go to the shooting range, right? And he'd go shoot the AR. So he said he borrowed his dad's gun. The next story here, like 3 days later, it comes out, oh no, the dad called there and said that his son stole the gun and didn't know where he was, and he was worried about it. So that story completely changed. On the ladder, okay, they found the receipt for the ladder. Remember that? Like on day one, that night, they were saying that. The police found the receipts for 50 rounds of bullets from whatever rifle store that was in town it was. And then they had a receipt for the ladder at Home Depot. That was story number one. That was on the same night it happened, Saturday, the 13th. 2 days later, they're saying that he bought the ladder and took it there and planted it under the eave of that roof, like days before, maybe even a week before. So which is it?
Right. Make up your mind.
Yeah. It's really disturbing. It's really just the minutes have changed. Oh, they seen him 26 minutes before. Now they're saying 56 minutes before. Some people are saying they see him an hour and a half before. So the times keep changing, and as you can see, Cheadle couldn't even answer the actual minutes. So,
but David, I mean, you got to love it whenever right there on the political arena, you literally heard the number, and I replayed it. I wanted y'all to hear that number. 611. 611.
Yeah, that was the shot. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That was when the.
Now again, if you reverse all of this shit show, it literally. Are you into gematria at all?
Are Jewish gematria?
Yeah. Are you into
word in the?
Right. Are you into that?
Torah means something, has a letter.
Right.
Somewhat. I'm into numerology, which is older than gematria. It's the oldest language in the world before actual written language came along. Everyone spoke in numbers. So yeah, I'm kind of into it.
I'm telling you that we are in a facade, a masquerade, and I'm telling you, dude, there is significance. There is significance on this show that stand out to 9/11. 6 reversed is 9/11. That's when the shot that took off his ear.
Yeah,
blah,
fun
blah, blah.
with numbers.
The fun with numbers.
I don't know if that's
blah, blah, blah.
gematria or not. I don't know if that's fun. I don't know if that's gematria or
Just
not.
fun
but
with
you can do
numbers.
that with a lot of things.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Reminds me of that movie 23 with Jim Carrey, right? He goes crazy because he has the number 23. It always comes up, and he's always able to add or minus or divide to come up to 23. And of course, he's going crazy. And by the end of the movie, you find out that, I don't know, his wife died on like the 23rd. At least that's why he went crazy or whatever. But yeah, numbers will try to be crazy if you let it.
Oh
it's
my.
like conspiracies will.
Well, I've went through a lot, and you've listened to a lot. So again, I gotta ask you, when it comes to division, okay? When it comes to division and this shit show, where do you think that we're at as a country? Let me ask you that.
Well, you kind of said the answer. Division, another form of that word is divided.
so
where are we at? We're divided. Okay, here's the real question. Okay, it should always be majority, right? Even if we don't agree with the policies or whatever. I mean, in school, we always vote in the classroom. Whoever raised the most hands, that's what the majority always won, right?
Right.
We were taught majority rules. That's where we're at right now. We're trying to find out who's the majority. And it seems to me the left side, and I'm not picking on the left, but I'm just saying that it seems like the minority wants the majority to vote for them while dropping themselves. Again, what I was saying earlier about special interests. It's like, why do we have to change our laws, our rules, our policies to suit the minority? It should always be about the majority. So who is the majority? I believe the majority is the Republican side, which is, all of middle America, except for some of the East coastal states and a couple of the states in between, but not very much. I think the Republican majority is it. So why don't they get out and vote? I don't know. It might be different this year, but I think the red is the majority, and I think we're going to find out this election cycle. There's a number of votes, which I think will be historic.
Let's go on there for a second. Because we already know that Joe Biden is going to step down. I can see it. I can see it building.
Well, yeah, he's already announced he's not gonna run for re-election, and they're still talking about dropping Amendment 25.
That's
on him, which
right.
I don't think really matters because the show's going to get ran either way.
By who?
Not like,
David, but by who?
Oh, the Secretary of State. If the VP can't do it, which the VP should do it. As we learned in school, the president gets killed, the VP automatically takes over. Then if the VP gets killed, then the Secretary of State. I'm sorry, Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House takes over. So yeah, it'll be one of those two. And of course, we still got Dr. Jill in there.
Oh God.
Obama behind the scenes, Clinton's, who knows, right? But no, I mean, it's not like there's not going to be anybody in the White House behind the wheel or whatever. But
I'm gonna end up right after I get off the phone with you. I'm gonna call Charlene. I know, because again, that poor girl cannot post the news. If you don't follow Char, okay, if you don't follow her, please start following her, and you'll see what she posts. She posts national news, world news, but she has got so many strikes on her account for literally just sharing news. The majority of what she shares is news. Very rarely do you see she posts. She used to be vocal, but nevertheless, she pointed out, what if the election is put on hold? What if?
In time of war, that could be. Yeah. If Biden or whatever gets us into war, then you can't change presidents during wartime.
We're going to talk. Her and I is going to talk about that right after I get off the phone with you. I want her to get ready because I do want to call her. I want to call her and have her. She digs, man. She digs more than anybody I know. She is a living AI deep dive digger. For real, dude. She is amazing digger.
Yeah, I've been seeing her comments on the show tonight. I think I commented to her a couple of times. I wasn't familiar with her until tonight.
Right.
But I'll take your word.
Yeah, man.
Was there anything else that you wanted to
I just wanted your opinion, bro. I literally wanted your opinion.
That's my opinion. I think it's about money, power, and control, and the Democrats are doing the same thing they always do. No, he was a registered Republican. That has nothing to do with anything. The kid wasn't old enough to vote in the last election. His parents are lifelong Democrats. You're not going to tell me a kid of lifelong Democrats living in Western Pennsylvania is a Republican. It's just not a Republican part of the country, for one thing. But no, your parents are Democrat, and your grandparents was. I was too. I was Democrat. Voted for, sorry to say, for Clinton.
Oh man,
I liked Obama and I voted for him. But I'm a recently turned Republican because of Obama. All this chaos really started with him, and Biden's just been an extension of Obama. Kind of, sort of, except for the border part. Obama deported. He had the highest deportation numbers than any other president by far. And Biden's been the exact opposite on the deportation part. He wants the open border policy in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. But other than that, to me, Biden was just Obama 2.0.
Oh man, well, yeah, you heard him say not too long ago, live. They'd asked him when the last time was he had spoken to Obama. And he literally clearly said in front of everybody, God and everybody, that I think it was a couple weeks ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I was watching on TV or one of the videos redacted or whatever, and when it showed Obama got on TV just for a little bit, talking great about Joe. Oh no, he's in good shape, and this is just after the debate, right? It's like, oh no, we should continue to support him, and he just had a bad night. And they ran that lie for 4 years. We've all seen him. I mean, Trump started calling him Sleepy Joe back in the 19 election cycle.
Oh yeah, dude.
On campaign trail. I mean, this is the reason why he called him Sleepy Joe. But I was just saying, that's how Democrats turn things around to make the other side look bad because of the things that they did. It's called projecting, like everyone calls Trump a racist and Hitler and all this stuff. If you look at the history of both, you won't see that anywhere. Trump has always been very charitable to any race. The first person to hire black workers at that county, and da-da-da-da-da. And you go back to Joe Biden's record, he was a pro-segregationist. He was his mentor was Strom Thurmond, and who was the guy that ran for George Wallace. George Wallace was another one of his mentors, and who was the other one? Colonel Byrd, is that what they call him? Colonel Byrd out of was it Alabama? Another long racist, Colonel Byrd. You can look him up. Byrd, I think he was in the KKK. But yeah, Biden was a devout racist, I think he started in like 72 or something like that. And this was 6, 7, 8 years after, the Equal Rights Amendments and all that had gone past, and 8 years after, Martin Luther King got killed. And Biden was still there in the Senate, youngest senator ever, right? 29 years old.
I do believe so.
Youngest senator at that time, voting against these pro-segregation laws, and got busing passed and all this other stuff. So segregation stayed illegal, but he voted yes on all these amendments around it. But it was really segregation. And if you go back, and I want you to do this, please, I want you to go back and watch the Biden-Kamala Harris debate when they debated each other a few years back. They were both running for president, but it's easy to find. And you're going to see Kamala tear him a new ass because she's bringing up all this stuff, right, because of his racist history. And all she's doing is asking him to apologize. Do you apologize for the way that you was? Do you apologize for all these things that you voted on knowing they were wrong? And he wouldn't do it. It was a clown show.
There's something I want to, let me see.
So, but I'm just saying all that to say, this is what the Democrats say. They say they're the racists when they are. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
they
man.
switch it around to make the other side look terrible. Trump don't have a racism history. You just don't. You can go all the way back. You just don't.
Right. I'm trying to find a debate here. There is a debate that Kamala was in that was absolutely, Harris Vance agrees to debate sources say.
She's a nasty woman, by the way. I'm sorry, but I mean, she's nice in one way, but she's nasty in other ways.
Oh yeah,
I've watched her history too. You know, she dated Montel Williams. She used to be one of Montel Williams' fly girls. In San Francisco, she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana.
Oh yeah.
Can you believe that? And of course, now California is one of the first states that went legal.
Oh yeah, man.
Colorado and Washington, but so yeah, she's getting a lot of hate on that because she put a lot of people in jail. They had terrible jail overcrowding problems back then and all. She put more people in jail under her watch than like any other prosecutor in that period of time. But, terrible person, I think, anyway.
It's funny how Biden's political career, he's put black something. Airbrush Michelle says they must not have seen the video. I'm not quite sure what she's saying. All right, Mr. David Nash. Is that
all right?
Before I let you go, look, bro. You've been here a minute. You know the drill. So say something positive to all of the people worldwide. And again, I appreciate you allowing me to call you, let me bring you into this facade here.
Yes, first time I talked to you, that was a pleasure and an honor. I actually appreciate it. That was pretty cool. I'm glad you called.
I'm just
the rest
like
of the world. I just say, please get out and vote and do your history and don't judge on anyone until you look up their whole past history, which is so easy to do now because of Google.
Right.
Just call Hitler. Just call Trump Hitler until you've established a reason to do so. And I'm not hating on Biden either. I'm sure he's done some good things. Yay to the good things he's done. Boo to the bad things he's done.
Just Googie it. That's all you got to do is just
Google it.
Just Google it.
People are quick to judge, man. You're asking one of our problems with this country? That's one of them right there. People are quick to be indoctrinated by some YouTube video or some guy that, college-educated guy just making up YouTubes for clicks, but they resonate with what he says, so it must be true.
Right.
So, yeah. Say anyone, everybody's just get out and vote and help your fellow neighbor,
Sounds good to me, bro.
You're low on eggs, give them 6. It's not that big a deal.
All right, bro.
Somebody.
I will. You too, man. Thank you again for being with me.
Back in the comment section.
Good. All right, bro. Peace out, buddy. See ya. Bye. All right, man. With that being said, check. All right. Again, appreciate you, David Nash, for real. Thank you for being with me. All right, man. I'm gonna go over here real quick. I want to share something with you, in which David Nash pointed out. Again, next up, I'm gonna ring Miss Charlene Angel Astro, and share with you how she's been put in solitary confinement, her own little echo chamber for sharing pretty much just sharing the news. Again, I have never seen somebody truly as censored as her for just sharing the news. No joke. You'll hear it. I'm quite sure. But nevertheless, I want to rock it off of what David was pointing out here. This is a tip from The Guardian. So nevertheless, let's go on over to The Guardian real quick, and you'll hear exactly what Mr. David Nash was pointing out. Ready? And let's go.
I do not believe you are a racist, and I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of 2 United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing.
Look, everything I've done in my career, I ran because of civil rights. I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
But Vice President Biden, do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America? Do you agree?
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I opposed.
Well,
I
there
did
was
not
a failure of states to integrate public schools in America.
Oh my God! I can't even deal with hearing more of that shit, right? Oh my God! All right, so we're gonna go right back over here. I'm gonna close this screen out, and again, it's getting humorous. All right, Miss Charlene Angel Lastra is up next on the on my list to war dial. So I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna try to get a hold of her. Airbrush Michelle's like blah 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 blah, and it kicked me out. Right? Yeah, I just got kicked out of Facebook on. So I'm gonna sign in over here, and it's gonna probably kick you guys out over here, because yeah, that's just the way Facebook's running with me. It doesn't want me to have more than one account or logged in, one device logged in. Can't have more than one browser session opened up at the same time. It is absolutely just, man, dude. Shit. It says she's in another call. I'm gonna try this one more time, Miss Charlene Angel Astro. One more time, my friend. Come on. Oh, it's wanting just like, yeah. It won't, yeah. Let me, shit. All right. I don't know what you got. Now it's crow. Now it's ringing. Come on, Charlene. Come on, Charlene. Hello. She says no as she goes click. Come on, Charlene. Say hello. Say hello. You can record this if you wish to record. It's already recorded. You want to record? Hello?
What the hell?
What the hell?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What the hell? But we got an echo. You're already. I already know that you're in an echo chamber.
There it is.
But you're like now you're really in an echo chamber.
There it is.
But you're like all right. You're really in an echo chamber.
Nah, I switched.
Switched.
Yeah, I switched out of Facebook onto the phone.
You brought up Aladdin. Whenever we started talking about me and Dave, we do that. We've talked about all of this shit a long time ago. BlackRock, Vanguard, Aladdin, blah 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 blah. We've talked about all this, and God forbid, man, we are literally watching what we were talking about come to fruition. Are we not?
Aladdin. Absolutely true, but you're going back like what, 5 years ago we did that. We did the whole breakdown on that. But Aladdin, yeah, that's the monster, right? So when we're talking about the robot that owns the world, you're talking about the Aladdin computer and actually the way that it took over all of the money trail. And there we have it now.
Airbrush Michelle.
Now you want to bring it out? You want to bring it out now?
We can bring it out now. We can. Well, the Airbrush
right,
Michelle's like, Airbrush is like, well, what the hell's what is Aladdin? FYI, no notifications whatsoever. What's Aladdin? What the hell is this? So drop
the monster computer which actually, Matt, go on YouTube and do BlackRock's monster, BlackRock's robot. Come on. I'll give you the link. Hold on.
But I don't think this, dude. It's not going to let me share audio. It's absolutely not going to let me share audio.
Why won't it give you the link?
No, I said audio. It will not let me share audio. In other words, I can hear it. We could hear it. Whatever you're wanting to share with me, I can hear it, and the audience could hear it, but you cannot hear it.
All right, hold on. I'm going to give you the link. You can do what you want.
Within years, BlackRock had become $1 trillion company. And I can hear you too.
I heard somebody. I can hear you too. Who is that?
Yeah, Joe's behind me.
Oh, awesome. What's up, Joe? Mr. Joe Gibson. What's up, bro? Good to have you sitting in the background. So
there is the link in the chat. There's BlackRock's link on the robot that's controlling the world, supposedly right now, as they want us to believe. So when you're talking about like the shit show that's happening here out in up on the hill, we should say, you know, you're seeing somebody that's repeatedly saying, I cannot answer that question because we are in an active investigation. And she's absolutely correct. That's true. She's in active investigation. She cannot impede either the CIA or the FBI's investigation. She has to stay on her script, on her questioning, and to say, I cannot answer that at this time. If you see how she's doing it, it's how they all do it. You think they're going to like let her impede an investigation? They're trying to write their own narrative.
Damn right. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So what happened was this oversight committee jumped it, right, with the subpoena and brought her in.
Right.
Now they want her to answer questions, which they all know up there she can't. So why? It's just something for the to feed the public at this point in time. You need something to chew on, right? So they're throwing you a little bone. So they threw her out there to look like a total ass, but she's actually not. She's smart because she did not answer anything because she would be impeding her own investigation. So you just leave it at that, right?
Right.
So what we are seeing, right, a war game, actually, yes, Chuck, it's the way it has to be done, right? They are on the chessboard. They all are. And when you're up in there with them, they are all walking on eggshells just as much as we are. Okay, you have to remember that. They are scripted. They were given their scripts, and they don't want to be rattled off of their mark, right?
Yeah.
You rattle them off their mark and put them on the spot. They'll, you know, as you say, you know, drop the mic, hit them sideways. It's how you have to do it up there. But you'll see that anybody that goes in there for anything that they're asking for.
Oh, listen to that. And what she was about to say is why they pretty much probably killed her audio. What she's saying is that.
Am I still here?
For now, you are.
Okay.
Here's the thing. She's hitting the nail on the head, okay? Absolutely just nailing it. This shit show is scripted. It's everything that we watched take place was already predetermined.
Absolutely.
Okay? Already predetermined. And again, if we go back to if you notice, Charlene pointed out, we talked about this. God forbid I say the Anons. The Anon community has tossed this around, beat it, and drug it like a dead horse, and it ain't. We're going over this again, and again, and again, and again.
This timeline is ridiculous. Like you'll hear us say a lot. I'm tired of this. Like, why? You know, it's a repeat, and looking at everybody's timelines. Everybody's on a different timeline. You know, and I'm like, oh man, cut me a break already. Like. You know, but anyway, you know, just to be honest, by being up in there, they're all on eggshells. They literally don't even want to speak to anyone. They don't know what to say themselves. Right. You know.
So what's next? What's next? Because my screen here. Add Joe up. Add Joe up in here.
I'm putting Joe in the background. I just lost him somehow, but that's the way it goes.
Throw Joe up in here. Here's the thing. Welcome to the show. What's coming next? That's what I dropped.
Well, my concern was what you guys dropped in that chat, and I think Rich dropped it, which was the COVID running through Australia, right? So if they're going to kick that off and they're going to follow that through and bring that through here, now pay attention to how that would work, right? So then the state of emergency gets put back on, right?
Yep.
So that's where all the heads of the states of the WHO and all of that coming at FEMA. You have all them coming back into play again. So that's going to be a whole new shit show right there. And that can stop the election because of the emergency, they can stop the election. There will be none.
So let me ask you, okay? Because I got to ask you. Why do you think they didn't stop the election the last time? Dun, dun, dun. Should I play Jeopardy music? Should I play Jeopardy music here?
They thought the one they were handed it off to last time could handle this because that's the businessman, right? So they handed it off to the businessman. And he handled the finances and the business behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's two wings on the same bird. Would you think they weren't going to throw, the gambler in there?
Well, hell yeah.
So
hell.
And if you paid, not only that, but if you paid attention to Trump for the last 10 years or the 10 years that he had his show, he's been doing this all along. Create new things, find new things, tell me what's going on. For 10 years. It's called The Apprentice, for Christ's sake. He's been firing people for 10 years. What you think? This wasn't put in place like this?
Boy, she's tearing this show up, isn't she? Do you hear that shit? Do you see what she's doing? She's literally telling you that it's a movie. You're watching it scripted. I mean, we've been trying.
Well, all the people that are up in here are all producers, right? You have all the producers that are put in place. They're all in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have all of a sudden they want to create a new way. So when we were saying that we're switching on the Beltway, we got a new way to go, right? So now you're going to go on the other side. So if we go on the other side now, you have to have all new ways. So they did. They opened up the lane for everybody. They want everybody to be their own boss. So if you're on the internet, be your own boss, right? Take over your business, do whatever you want. But all they did was they switched the money chain, right? So they still threw everybody a bone, right? So either you're out here making $300 or you're out here making $3 million.
Right.
What they're saying is now you are employed, right? You're now employed.
Charlene, do you see what Miss Kristen says up here? She's like, okay, so it's all a play, and we are the audience, or we are the players.
You're both. It's an experiment. Just pick where you want to be, babe. That's all. That's how it goes. Just pick where you want to be. Roll with it.
Tammy Bonham says, if it's a movie, the producer obviously knows what the outcome will be. Are they following a specific script?
And they're trying, right?
Yeah, they're sure trying.
Playing out the way they want it.
Like and Morgan's like David said earlier, like the wag the dog. It's dangling I gotta say this. It's like dangling the fucking carrot in front of the rabbit. Okay? They'll lead you down one rabbit hole, entertain you this way, and pacify your ass this way, lead you down another rabbit hole. I mean, think about this, okay? Just to shut everybody.
Well, they're telling you to look up and not down. And things are happening down there, telling you to look
Absolutely.
up. And it's actually inside out.
Right.
So everything that we've been dealing with has been inside out, right? So everything that is in your rules and regulations and your laws, they're all opinions, theories, so that they're not on fact, okay?
Right.
That's why everybody has this gray area, But when we're talking about, loopholes breaking through your gray area in the laws, they don't like that. So, but when the theory and the fact fit together, they have no choice because they set the precedents for it, right? So right now, what we're trying to do is break that through, right? Don't make me laugh, Matt.
I'm not. I'm just like, you know what? This goes back to what you've said a long time ago, and it's we're trying to break mainly you. Okay, you're the way you dig and you dig and dig and dig. You try like hell to break the complexity into simplicity and make shit to where somebody that truly wouldn't understand it understands it. Okay.
We took law, broke it down into common sense. That's where we're at right now with the Family Forward Project, as you know, and we busted through.
Complexity to simplicity.
Complexity, break it down into simplicity, and that way common sense. Because any jury you can go over their head with knowledge and they're not going to know. And that's what's happened in a lot of places, a lot of courts that you'll see, right? So the jury cannot even make a decision because they don't understand anything anybody's saying.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So how are you going to have a jury of your peers come out here and, all right, I'll give you a good case, which was Casey Anthony's case, right? The prosecutors lost the case in Casey Anthony's case because they were talking about technology that the jury had not a clue even existed. Okay, like the smell sensors for the trunk, the how long the pizza didn't rot, and the smell, like just all these different technologies that they were using. They thought they were lying. They didn't exist, right? Which they actually did. And so therefore, Bozo, as we called him, came in, threw some ham sandwiches up the wall and won the case. I mean, this guy came out of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you break down that case and then bring all the rest in, you'll see how you can, having too much knowledge thrown at, not at a common level, when you're depending on the common people to make the decision, they can't. Well,
again, they make shit so complex that the commoner, even literally the commoner cannot understand it. This is one of the reasons why they rake people over. I got to toss this out to Mr. John Lacron, where he says they make shit so complex, and it's called legalese. It's not even English.
Well,
not even English.
Dogma. Well, you're dealing with dogma. You're dealing with legalese. You're dealing with canon law. You're dealing with Black's law. You're dealing with all these theories, opinions, and none of it. Like I said, now your law is nothing but theory and opinion, right?
Well, these laws,
and times are changing.
These laws, LAWS, are turning into LULZ. Lulls. These laws are turning into nothing but lulls.
True. Yes. Yes.
And we're watching it, Char. We're literally watching it fall apart.
Yes. Well, it's inside out. So that's why we say, it's inside out now.
Mm-hmm.
So, not only that, but you have some people who are out here doing quantum law. They're breaking down the sentences, changing the words, taking the structures of the sentences and putting them together and overriding the whole system. Basically, some of them are with this quantum law that they're kicking in, right? It's pretty crazy. But, the way that everybody here, all of this has to happen for a reason. And like also Marjorie said, there's no coincidences.
No, hell no.
So pay attention to that. That's simple. It's all scripted. It's all there for a reason. Nothing is a coincidence.
So let me ask you, okay? I don't mean to cut you off, but let me ask you something. Do you think that even those power players like that know that it's scripted?
Yes, they do. They're all given their spots.
See?
Unless you throw them off their mark, like I said, right? Unless you throw them off their mark.
Don't know.
Then, it depends. That there you can put them on the spot and they don't expect it. I've already done it, but just saying. It's right now. Like I said, being in there, with all them guys and seeing how they are acting, being personally with them, they're all on eggshells. They really are.
Not knowing what to say, when to say it, and what to say.
They don't know
right.
Right.
What, when, who, how, where? Who do we throw under the bus today? Where is it? Where it's thrown under the right? Yeah, you can see it.
Let alone, when they're asked, for certain things, or can they bring certain things out, and they really, they don't want the responsibility. Straight up. They don't want the responsibility. They thought they were going to have an easy ride. Well, they don't.
Let me ask you before I let you go and move. I'm going to call it Tammy, but let me ask you before you go, because seriously, I don't know any. And I'm being for real, okay? I don't know anybody. I do not know anybody. Well, J-Bot was pretty bad, but you, okay? You of all people, you post. Again, you've heard me say it, the fucking news, the news. You are the only person I know that can post the news and end up in Facebook timeout for 24 hours for posting the news.
I can't even. I don't even have an answer. This point.
Are they letting up?
Hey, they're not even giving me reasons anymore. They just shut me off. Oh wait, I got a speeding ticket. I went too fast. That was the best one.
Oh my god!
I got a speeding ticket for sharing too fast.
I do. I remember that. I do.
How does that happen?
I have no idea. You were sharing the wrong shit too fast.
Too fast.
I don't know.
We're shutting you down for 6 days for sharing too fast.
Did you see?
That's a good one.
Did you see my video? The latest and greatest that on my part was. Let me share this with you, because you know I make my own little funnies, right? I make my own funnies about myself. I will throw myself under the bus and make fun of my own self, right? You know this. So I shared a photo. You're gonna laugh. You are gonna laugh at this. So remember me sharing my little funny with you guys? Let me bring it up right here. Right here's the video I made of myself, right? About this little bubble. Do you remember this? I don't know if you can see this or not, but do you see this? Mm-hmm. I shared. Mm-hmm. Okay, that right there. Let me. One or more actions. This little video is a copyright. They gave me a copyright for this. Right? How? Mm-hmm. How? All I did is recreated the face, overlapped the face with AI, and that got me a copyright strike. How?
Well, did somebody else create it?
No, I did.
Oh.
I did.
I don't know how then.
That's what I'm saying. This is one of the reasons why I'm starting to write more. I'm starting to write more content, write my own shit, like more so, get it out there, and literally, really, really get it out there. You know what I'm saying? Get it out there on Reverb Nation, get it out there on Spotify, get it out there on Apple iTunes, get it out there on YouTube. My own stuff, to where they cannot have, dude. We were making images. I remember back in the day we were making images, and Warner Brothers was slamming us for making copywriting an image, Char. Do you remember this? Images, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why also a while back we made you put the copyright disclaimer on Matrix Minds.
I do remember that.
And you do have to put in a lot of times for educational purpose, right? Because if you put in for educational purpose, that usually gives you a pass on anything.
Yeah.
Educational purpose and review.
Shit, not you. Are you kidding me?
Well,
you're getting hit.
Yeah, but when I do other things that I have to do that are important, I do use the disclaimer on and put educational purpose and review. But my own, no. I should from now on, but it's all right.
Man.
I would put a disclaimer on all my posts. Maybe that'll work. But the thing is, everything that I post is true, and then 3 months later it comes back, it's true. Or 6 months later, however else it takes. Whatever, but
no, Char. It was what what's his name? Trump's son. What's his name?
Barron?
No.
Junior?
Yeah, Donald Jr., right? It's what Junior said. Give it 8 months. It's conspiracy now. Mm-hmm. But give it 8 months. Right. Give it some time.
Well, D-class is coming too. You have to remember that. See, that might be why they would want to stop the election, right?
Right.
Now think about this.
Eric, right.
They know,
Davis.
they know that D class is coming. Okay.
Sure.
So, that would be the reason they would want to stop anything, would be the D class. So, and that D class was supposed to happen last time, full D class. He put in, if you remember, Matt, we went over this. He put in 4 days before he supposedly just left the White House. Okay,
Right.
Full D class, full disclosure, and they didn't do it.
Right.
Full disclosure D class, and they didn't do it. They
Right.
didn't follow through on it.
Right.
So that, but I, basically, I think that they did in private, but just not in public, so you'll see it soon if they let it through. But they're all playing the same, the same chess game, I'll say. It has to go this way. Sorry to say it, but if not, our nation would be overtook by China by now. We have to undo this web. Well, basically that was Obama in 2012 because he signed us over to the world class. So 2012, it was flipped through the climate change agreement. Then Trump took us out, and then Biden put us back in. So that same agreements went back in, right?
Yeah.
So and that's where we came back to the Paris Treaty, and then to Space Force. At this point, so
everything.
All space. So all space. People didn't realize, they thought that was just a galaxy, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's not. It's all space. So
including your body, including the cells and the molecules and the chromosomes and the DNA. Let's not forget about
every drop. Like I say, every drop of water in your body.
Every drop of water.
So drink some more. They got that too.
Oh my God.
And it's a shame because there's something that's highly important, Matt, that I want to bring up real quick.
Okay. Please.
Okay. So these portals that they're putting out for your data or whatever, and you'll hook up through, your doctors, right? Here's what's happening. I'm finding happening on another way of them exterminating, right? And I'm going to say exterminating people, and I mean that. And that is that some people don't have access or don't have the knowledge to access those portals, right? So what happens then? They can't get their medicine. They can't get their doctor's appointments, right? Mm-hmm. So, anybody that's smart out there, why don't you start a company, to help these people out? Just saying. Because that's a way of exterminating. And
sure, but they'll laugh at us for doing that. I think we've talked about this before. We've all talked about this before.
Right.
That seriously, you know what? I don't know anybody that we should. I don't know anybody that has done that. Literally taken it for what it is, face value. I think that listen to me. Me, you, Joe, Wayne, Richard, and a handful of those that we know should do a broadcast and literally show people the simplicity of how to do certain shit on a mobile device. I'm serious, dude, because like you said,
here was the problem we ran into when we were out in D.C., Matt. Remember when I came back and said, Matt, I felt so bad for the people because they didn't have cell phones, right? So if they didn't have cell phones or access to a cell phone, they couldn't make appointments for the veterans. The veterans couldn't make it to the VA.
Oh, yeah,
they couldn't make it to their appointments to the bank or wherever to get their check, Social Security. They couldn't make it to Social Security because a lot of that you all have to schedule online, right?
Yep.
There's no more call up and schedule. You have to schedule that through all these portals, right? So we ran into a big a snag on that on the communication level of, and then we ran out buying phones and phone cards,
right?
Because that's how it's they're depending on their life,
right?
At that point,
Simplicity.
And
it's simple.
Yeah.
To us,
Yeah.
again, what's simple to me, you, Joe, Wayne, all these people, simple. It's simple to us, but very, very detrimental to the older folk that have no idea how to even do it. Dude, we all know people, Shar, that are scared shitless to even turn the phone on. I personally know, I know 2 people right this day that have got fucking cricket phones. They got, they just don't. They rely on their kids. They literally rely on their kids to do everything. What if they didn't have their kids? We know these people exist. We know they exist. So what do we do?
Well, I'm just saying that this is another way of exterminating. Okay?
Well,
that's a way of exterminating.
We got to do something about this. We've got to do something about this. Hear me?
Well, we're talking airbrush. We're talking about older people, that can't go out and garden, or they can't do anything really. I'm just saying, or people that are disabled, they just don't have access or knowledge to do this.
Right.
Homeless people, you have to rely on that device. We said this before, right? They made it that you have to have it.
Yes.
And that's the way it is.
Going into this golden age, we're gonna move on. There's people, Charlene, that do not believe. They literally do not believe that we're even gonna make it another 5 years. Do you realize this?
Matt, look, if they could think it, they can believe it, right? If they could say it,
right.
It must exist. I have no clue. Listen, if that's what they want to believe, let them believe it. I don't know. Okay, it's all I'll say. I don't know. Let them believe it. But I'm not I believe in being optimistic, so I believe I'm going to live forever. No, I'm just kidding. But Joe's throwing potato chips at everybody. So at this point,
Joe, I'll take a beer with them potato chips because I'm seriously saying this is a shit show. But
yes,
again, one love.
I asked him for popcorn. He brings me chips.
One love for real. We need to do something about these people, Shar, that don't have a clue. For real, I care about I care about these people. I don't want them left behind. I don't want them to die simply because they don't know how to utilize today's technology. I truly, to be honest with you, if people do start dying because they don't know how to utilize technology, that is, I'm going to say that is my fault. What have I done to help them learn? Because
to tell you the truth, Matt, listen to me right now.
Oh man, dude,
if they don't know or don't have technology, why would they be here watching you to teach them? They don't have access to it. You follow me?
Oh man.
What somebody needs to do is to start a company to help these people that need that help, right? Like I said, when we went and handed out phones, we handed out phones to the vets in DC and phone cards because that's what they said that they needed.
Good idea. That's a great idea.
So what we were also thinking of too is a couple of people were talking about mobilizing throughout the communities, like once a week, stopping in, have like somewhere people would have meet, and if they needed help to redo their technology or whatever, they could do that, right? Mm-hmm. Or if they needed help making doctor's appointments or Social Security appointments, because truthfully, that is a form of extermination. They are going to exterminate the weak. And that's how another form that's going to be used, and we know that. So what can be done to help them? We don't, we need to get that back in order.
I agree with you 100%.
Especially the techies out here,
Well, my dear friend, now it's time to say something positive. I'm gonna move on to Tammy while I got the time.
Sure. Man, love Tammy girl. All right, guys, listen. Everybody just pick where you want to be, right? In this experiment, have fun, do what you want to do, live your life. Don't go by what everybody else is saying. Walk your path the way you want to walk it. And angels are out here. See you guys.
Damn. All right, sir. Thank you for your input. And again, I guess I will see you somewhere on the bottom of my news feed. All right, take care. Good night, everybody. Good night, Charlie. Yeah, man. Nah, man. We're gonna move on to. I'm going to close that one down. Give Miss Tammy Bonham a call one more time. One more time, Tammy. Oh my God, it's not letting me call you. Hang on. Hang on. Let me try this. I went and figured. There we go. All right, so let me try this one more time, Tammy. Hang tight, girl. Hang tight. I'll find you somewhere. I'll find you. All right, there we go. Okay, coming at you, Tammy. Want to hear from you. Check out. Oh boy. Hello. What's going on, Miss Tammy Bonham? What's up with you? Check out.
Oh, nothing. Just got back from Vegas.
I know. Well, why don't you tell everybody how it was in Vegas? I know you had fun.
I did. Honestly, I did. But the shocker of the whole thing was we walked through the airport. We called an Uber to come get us. There's a specific area you go and you order an Uber and they take you where you need to go. So when we left the airport and these doors opened, it was like, welcome to hell.
What?
If you or anybody has ever gone through a building in the wintertime where the doors give you a blast of hot air
to
warm you up, that's what it was. But it was reality, not a heater. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
So you're telling me that your little Michigan ass got hot, physically hot as...
I will never, ever, ever complain about Michigan.
Let me tell you.
Once I passed through those doors, it was like, oh fuck no.
Let me share something with you. I used to. You know what? I drove. I hated going to California. Okay. And the reason why is because I knew every single time I went out there, I would purchase at least two semi-truck tires. Over here in Ohio or Indiana, Illinois, prior to even making it to the Midwest, because it was so fucking hot. The road, if you think what blasted you in the face was hot, the road gets upwards of 180 to 195 degrees. Okay?
I literally felt like I just walked into a fucking oven and I was a piece of chicken.
Oh my God, hang on, I got... All right, there you go. That was hilarious. That was funny. Airbrush Michelle's like, hotter than Florida? Yes, Michelle, hotter than Florida. Yeah.
Walked through those doors that he hit me.
Very much so.
And it was moving around like I literally entered a fucking oven. And I looked at my daughter, she's been here before. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Do they have to eat on? She's like, no, welcome to Vegas. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
David's like, I won't go to Vegas in the summertime. For real, dude. The moment you hit like Utah and out towards the Midwest, Vegas, and God forbid you go to Texas, Laredo, El Paso, Dallas, blah, area. I'm telling you, Michelle, hotter than Florida. Florida is generous because it rains intermittently, okay? And on top of that, it gets cool, okay? Don't get me wrong, the temperature drops in Vegas at nighttime. However, okay, when you look, you've all heard me say this, okay? I've said this to people that in Texas, in Vegas, New Mexico, even though it says 110 and it is dry heat, 110 degrees, 110 degrees is still 110 degrees. I don't give a shit if it's humid, dry heat, whatnot. It's still fucking hot. You heard it from somebody?
Was.
Yes, it's hot.
Yeah, it was an experience to say the least. I've never been to Vegas. I love Vegas, the atmosphere, the scenery and whatnot, but I will never go in summertime. That's for damn sure.
Hey, Chicka, Mr. Nash says, you know it's hot when the low says 90.
When I was there, the temperature was 106 to 111.
Yeah. Did you hear me? 110. That's the average temp. I delivered in Scottsdale, all right? And I hated that run. Hated it. It's so damn hard on equipment. It is unreal, dude. It is so hot.
Thank God for air conditioning.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My trucks, dude. I hated it. I hated going out there. So, Miss Tammy Bottom, all right, enough of the vacation. Let me ask you what you thought of the broadcast tonight, and I also want to ask you your opinion on the broadcast. What did we cover tonight that either lit the wick at both ends for you?
Well, yeah. So, all the shit show we've been watching with Joe Biden, we all know he's sick. He's got probably dementia or whatever. I'm not going to argue with that, but the diagnosis that he had CV is just a cover up to say, he needs to go. They want to say that he's got dementia because if they did, then there would be lots of questions for that situation.
Yeah.
So it's all played out.
Like maybe who's been running the country? Like maybe that question? That one's the moment you said that's the question that I had. We've all had it. We've had this forever. Who?
Well, here's my take on the whole thing. And maybe people will not agree with me, but this is my take on the whole thing. If you go and look through the audience hall, the wall of presidents past, present, and future, Trump's picture is in there, and it started at 2017, and there's no ending date. Biden's picture is not in there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to think about. A lot of people say, oh, they don't put that in there until their ending date or whenever they are officially out. Well, if that's the case, why is there no date or ending date for Trump? The fact that Biden's picture is not even in there leads me, and I believe that Trump has been in control for this whole time, for the simple fact that if Biden has been in there, where's his picture?
I gotta say that 100% Morgan is right too. We've all talked about this. Morgan says, I think we all know that JB has not been running anything. I cannot disagree with that. Hands down, no doubt in my mind, as well as pretty much probably everybody watching, there's no way. There's no way that man, again, he's just a front. He's just a goat head, right?
Yeah, he's just a puppet, but here's the thing. So if Biden, was sworn in before midday.
Noon. Yeah, before noon.
Midday. And we all know who Castle Rock is, right?
Oh yeah.
And his supposed White House
staffer. I mean,
White House backdrops or props. We've all seen the gaps between the walls. And it's just a fucking shit show. And we're just literally for the last 3.5, almost 4 years, watching a fucking shit show. Who's in charge? I would say Trump is. Although Trump did a good job, but my theory on that is that Trump and Biden are playing good cop, bad cop. So once Trump gets back into office, shit is going to hit the fan, and it's not going to be good for anybody. For the simple fact that Israel gave him a golden menorah, put his likeness on a coin. Okay.
She's really, by the way, she's really diving down the conspiratorial rabbit hole. Just letting you know. All right, keep going.
Yeah, it's all conspiracy.
Sure, absolutely. It's just a facade, just a masquerade. Keep going. I like what you're saying.
His son is a Jew. Okay, his daughter converted to Judaism, and Trump has been witnessed at the Wailing Wall with his little, what the fuck you call that thing on his head?
I call him the jib jab.
Mm-hmm. But here's, it's like we're all being played. What he wants us to all believe that he was the good guy. The economy was down, inflation was down, all that shit. And then all of a sudden, Biden shows up and makes the world pay through the nose through, inflation. How many people can say that they can afford groceries, their mortgage payments, their gas prices? It's ridiculous. It's a bait and switch thing here. So, he's trying to make this scenario bad so that everybody will vote for him, put him back in office. And then there was Donald at a point where he said, I will be a dictator on the first day of my reign or whatever. So if that's true, things don't look good for us one way or the other. And I'm sorry to say that the next 4 years is not looking good.
Oh boy. Well, I'm just gonna say I'm with Joe, eating chips and popcorn and like shit. To me, I don't even have it. Man, the displacency of all of this is humorous, truly, because people at this point still till this day cannot see that we are in a corporation, right? We are a subjugated people under control, and on top of all of it, what they say don't do, they do. You remember my biggest thing is like I say all the time, the climate change thing. Let's just go back to the most significant thing is the climate change thing. When they jump on their big ass jets and they fly to a G12 summit to criticize my ass and yours, as well as the cows in the field over in wherever they be, they're over in Tina Dainley's yard. You're gonna have to kill your cattle because they're farting in the air. That's the problem, Tina. That's causing climate change. And mind you, we jump back on our jumbo jet and fly our happy asses right back to wherever. And then
Go ahead.
Then mind you, have a 12-year-old girl tell you how bad it is. How you're the one you're doing it. You're doing all of it. It's your fault. Give me a break.
They've been screaming climate change since the 60s.
True. This is true too. Yes.
And nothing has changed thus far. And as for Greta Thunberg, rumor has it that she's actually the granddaughter of George Soros, and she's not even a girl.
What? Come on.
Mm-hmm. But that's a whole nother shit
You
show,
really are
but-
going to throw me down that rabbit hole? Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
I mean, think about this. They are and have been killing off our plants, our food plants, from a couple years ago. Our chickens, our cows, saying that bird flu or mad cow disease or whatever the hell they're calling it.
Right.
They have been shutting down and burning down our food supplies.
Well, yeah, man. I myself have never seen a chicken farm just go up in blaze, Drew. Nor a cattle ranch, but yeah, we have. we've heard, we've seen it. We have seen it. Definitely. In fact,
and then you got Bill Gates and China buying up farmland for what? And how?
Mm-hmm. In fact, check this out. Tina Danley, shout out to Tina Danley, our Trenant rep. By the way, if anybody is interested at all in this high potent, well, it's not potent. Only the way I drink it is need not say take Mojo. It'll do your body a world of good. But anyway, Miss Tina Danley's old man. I'm not gonna not. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that he is in the beef industry, and I'm not gonna throw out names, but however, when these beef farms and shit started taking a hit, Tina's old man was the first one to hear about all of that shit. Okay, they're the ones that paid that price. All the workers. Thank God that he was in a decent higher place and didn't have to derank and take the cut or a hit. But nevertheless, right there, young lady took a hit. Her family was in the midst of all that shit. When the beef industry started going in, burning shit down, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. So these stories are hitting home. They're hitting closer to home. Without a doubt.
When me and my husband had a farm out in the sticks, we were surrounded by people who were growing corn and whatnot.
Right.
And at that time, there was a rumor saying that the government came in and threatened them not to harvest their corn, and they were paying them double of what they would have made from harvesting the corn. Okay. The people that were around us did not harvest their corn. Their corn was dry and it just disintegrated, if you will. They didn't harvest it. So I believe that.
You're talking to somebody that has got friends over in Indiana, as well as Illinois, as well as Kansas, that farm two things primarily: corn and soybean. Okay. Now I'm telling you right now, I can bring them on the broadcast and have them tell you, literally, from voice to ear, that the government as well as insurance agencies pay them to grow GMO corn, GMO product, and then if they don't grow the selected crop that year, they will not be financially supplemented. They will not be insured. The crop will not be covered. And number 3, to add this, at the end of the crop season, guess what? They're told to destroy the crop.
I believe it because
I'm not shitting you. Burrow girdle, chickadee. I'm telling you, this is factual. What I'm telling you now is fact.
I believe you 100% because we had chickens and I went across my lawn or across the property to the next property, grabbed a couple of ears of corn. They were dry as fuck. I tried to feed it to the chickens. They wouldn't even eat it. It was that
Right.
disintegrated.
Let me share a story with you right real quick about the corn, right? Well, Mr. David Nash says most corn is not fit for human consumption. He's correct. He's right. And on top of that, let's take this a step further. Somebody we all know this person. His daughter as well as him threw a piece of corn into the sidewalk and it started to grow. Okay? It was his wife. This piece of corn started to grow. Do you know that this bastard grew in the crack of the sidewalk, and it literally was growing sideways? He said. Okay,
it's alien corn.
Literally, it was absolutely growing sideways, and trying to mow it over was almost impossible. Shit you not. That is what he told me.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers is how I felt about that.
Man, dude. All right, Miss Tammy Bonham. I'm coming up on almost 2:45. So look, we're gonna crank this up a little bit. Right there. All right. So look, I know you've been with me for a very long time, the entirety of the broadcast. So do me a favor. Share what you've got to say positive for everybody. Give us at least a little bit of hope through this doom and gloom, this facade, this masquerade. Please, while I cut you loose.
Okay.
Okay.
Regardless of what you hear, what you see, just stick with what you know. Look within yourselves. Know that you are blessed. You know what's going on. Everything outside of you is just propaganda and bullshit. It's a fear factory. And if you turn it off and just close your doors on your house, give your family love, support, that's all you need. Everything else will fade away. Don't give in to the fear. Don't feed the beast. And we'll all be okay.
I'll buy that for $800, Alex.
We have to know that we know what's right and what's wrong, regardless of what mainstream media is telling us. Just know you know what's right and wrong, and go with that. Close the doors and just perpetuate what light and love you have in your own soul, your spirit, and your family, and just go with that.
I definitely agree with what you said. I truly did. I agree with that shit. Every bit of what you just said.
It's a constant barrage of fear and paranoia. That's what they need to eat, and don't feed it.
Damn it, man. All right, Miss
Especially with this Kamala bullshit. We don't care. Whoever's going to rule us as the slave masters, whether it be Trump or somebody else, it's still the same shit.
Don't you love the way she puts it? I just love the way she puts it. But yes, you're right. All right, Miss Tammy, get the hell out of here. I'm going to blow you. I'm going to fart you out and then blow you out of here. You ready?
Okay.
All right, there was the fart. And then now get the hell out of here. I love you. I thank you very much for being with me. All right, man.
Take care.
You too. Take it easy, Tam. Good night to you.
Good night.
Bye. Okay, Brainiacs, Miss Tammy Bonham. Yes, Tina, she's right. Miss Rose says, thank you. Miss Tammy, I got something else, one more thing to share with you before we get the hell out of here. And that would be this right here. You guys, again, thank you for being with me. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I truly do. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And don't forget, man, question everything. Even the fabric of your own reality. Once again, my friends, welcome to the Matrix Minds. Hang on.
Donald Trump's response to Joe Biden's historic decision to bow out of the race tonight: attack, attack, attack. Trump, who just days ago pledged to unify the country, blasting Biden as the worst president by far in the history of our nation, adding whoever the left puts up now will just be more of the same. It was just over a week ago, after the attempt on Trump's life, that Trump and Biden shared what both men described as a good, respectful chat, Biden calling his rival.
I spoke with him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I keep him and his family in our prayers.
Tonight, Trump declaring Biden was not fit to run for president and is certainly not fit to serve. And now some of the nation's top Republicans following Trump's lead, calling on Biden to resign from office. House Speaker Mike Johnson saying if Joe Biden is not fit to run for president, he is not fit to serve as president. He must resign the office immediately. The Trump campaign now having to shift course, though they've been preparing for weeks. Trump polling the crowd in Michigan yesterday.
So who would you like to most run against if you're us, if we want to win? Ready? Kamala Harris. Crooked Joe.
Zip, Brainiacs. You got it. Keep your eyes open and listen to everything. Crack it up, brains. Get you on Wednesday night.
Feels like a stone. Arguments cut to the bone. Hold in time, we find a way. Now it feels like we're in disarray. Do I stay or do I go? To make it better, I don't know. Every day's a new start, but we're drifting worlds apart. Once a spark, now it's gone cold. Promises that have grown